What's up, you guys? Rising Sun 2007 back again for another vlog. Today I'm going to talk about Shaman King, in particular Shaman King Flowers. Apparently, I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but recently the series Shaman King Flowers came out. Some of you already be aware of Shaman King Flowers because I think sometime last year they came out with Shaman King Flowers, or at least like a 30 page pilot, I guess, of Shaman King Flowers, which is basically the sequel to Shaman King. Although this new Shaman King Flowers, it's interesting because when I saw it, like, oh, they're going to continue where they left off at with the original Shaman King Flowers. And if you don't know, and Shaman King Flowers introduces, well, not introduces, because Shaman King Funny Bar no Uta introduced the character, but the original Shaman King Flowers that came out last year, you see Yo's son Hannah. He's, I think either in elementary school or middle school, one of the two. He's basically a kid who's, I guess you could say, bored with his life, and he like wants to be like his father, wants to fight and stuff, just like his father did in the shaman fight. And to meet him, Ron's like, your father did that because he didn't have a choice, or whatever. And Hannah's just like, no, I want to fight because, it's cool and whatnot. And then he goes through this, bratty little thing or whatever, runs out the house. He meets his, his uncle Hal at this tree, whatever. They talk for 2 minutes, and you see, this girl named Anna Via Tycho III, who says that if he beats her, he'll marry her, and the chapter ends like that. That was the original Shaman King Flowers that came out last year. This new one, when I saw it, I thought, oh, they're going to continue off of that. But apparently, I'm guessing that because this one doesn't even have anything to do with that one, I'm assuming that Shaman King Flowers is more like a pilot for Shaman King Flowers that's coming out now. In this Shaman King Flowers, the characters are still the same. You have Hannah, however you pronounce it, Yo and Anna's kid. You have Tamio, the pink-haired chick, who was like in love with Yo when she was a kid. You have Ryunosuke, or Rio, as you guys know it, the guy who has Toguro. You have Amida Maru, you have Tokagero, you have Punchi and Kanchi, and those are all the characters that I believe are in this current chapter. They seem to imply, or it seems somewhat implied, that Anna and Yo might be dead or something by the way they're talking about it. I'm not really sure. Maybe Anna and Yo are like just traveling just like they were in the original Shaman King Flowers pilot. I'm not sure. Basically in this Shaman King Flowers, Hannah does the same personality. He wants to fight and whatnot. He has this complex he has this inferiority complex to his father or something or another like that. I'm not exactly sure why. I think he wants to be better than his father, something like that, which I guess, it's kind of a typical, characterization or whatever. What else does it have in the show that's important? Hannah has an inferiority complex. You see that Tamio is very much, she's very much like Anna now with like punishment. She's like very, she's not quite as sweet as she used to be. She's more aggressive and, kind of evil in a way, like Anna was to Yo. What else? Amida Maru, he's still the same. Even though he doesn't necessarily agree with what Hannah does, with Hannah's action or whatever, because he has Hannah's spirit, he's obligated to do what Hannah says, which is similar to Yo. He always did what Yo asked him to do without really questioning it. We also find out in this chapter that apparently there's another branch of the Asakura clan where basically this branch of the Asakura clan was like, I don't know, either unknown or like they're not well known, and they're basically directly related to Hao, or for the English audiences who watch the English anime, Zeke. They're directly related to Hao Asakura, and they basically seemingly want to get rid of the branch that Yo belongs to, and they want to be the true and primary branch of the Asakura clan. And I think this is kind of funny because this is kind of funny to me because it kind of reminds me of in part 1 of Naruto, the animosity that the main branch of the Hyuga clan and the side branch of the Hyuga clan had, where they kind of, didn't necessarily, agree. It's kind of like, it kind of makes me think of that, but the same time it's not quite the same. It's similar, but not quite the same as the complex that the main branch, side branch of the Hyuga clan have with each other. Anyway, we see that one of the other Asakuras who's directly descended from Hao, we see that one of them's a girl. I don't think they revealed her name. One of them's a guy. I think they said his name, but I don't remember it. I have to look at my computer and see, but I'm not gonna do that right now. So we have a girl and we have a guy. The guy, we see that his oversoul early on in the chapter is called Oversoul Tsukiyomi, I believe. And for those of you who don't know, or whoever you aren't familiar with Japanese mythology, Tsukiyomi is the Japanese Shinto goddess of the moon in Japanese folklore. For those of you that read Naruto, you might already know that, but in case for those of you who don't, that's what Tsukiyomi is. And this kid from the other branch side of the Asakura clan, his spirit seems to be a swordsman. He calls it a swordsman. He doesn't call it samurai. He calls it a swordsman, a wandering swordsman, something like that. And his weapon of choice, the kid's weapon of choice, seems to be a katana. He meets up with Hannah. He asks him, you seem to go to this school. You seem to go to the same school. Would you mind showing me how to get there? And Hannah's like, oh, go away. And then the kid gets all smart. He's like, who are you talking to? Hannah freaks out and she's like, oh no, if this guy finds out I'm a shaman, then Tanya's gonna kill me. And then Hannah's just says, oh, I'm not talking to anyone. Go away. And then I was like, oh, that's a strange object. He's like, oh, that's a strange object you're holding. And he shows that he has a spirit too. And then Hannah's just like, oh, you're a shaman too. He gets this little, cocky smirk on his face, and the two of them confront one another. It seems like they're going to fight, and the chapter ends there. I think, honestly, that this could potentially be a pretty good series. Granted, they don't, go down the path of, Hannah just becomes exactly like Yo. Basically a mini-me of Yo. That would be kind of pointless. Even though he has a metamorphosed spirit, I hope he doesn't end up being basically being the exact same as Yo. And with the way that the way that they have this set up, I think that this is kind of obvious. I think there's going to be some kind of war between the Asakuras that are directly descended from Hao and Asakuras that are, related to Yo's family, primarily. What else? I kind of wonder why they decided to change up the plot to Shaman King Flowers. I guess they felt that what they did before wasn't really working, so they decided to rework it or something. I'm not sure. Frankly, I actually kind of like how the setup for this version of Shaman King Flowers is going compared to the what I want to call the pilot version was going, because the pilot version seemed this to me a little cliche in a way. That's just me. The writers of this do it right, it could not significantly, it could be a pretty good series overall. I'd imagine this works out well. It would be around, I don't know, if it's short, if it's a short manga, I can imagine it being around, I don't know, 10, maybe 12 volumes. And if it's long, maybe, I don't know, 20. Looks like that's the long mangas are usually over 20 volumes or so. But anyway, those are my thoughts and feelings on Shaman King Flowers. So if you haven't already read it, I guess you can go to Manga Reader, Manga Stream, Manga Fox, or whatever site you frequent to read manga, and read it there. It's a pretty good chapter, really good quality. The art style's really nice. Of course, it's Taike Hiroyuki, so of course it's gonna be nice. But anyway, Rising of 2007 out.